Hi, New Canaan High School. This is Michelle Ludala speaking to you from your library, and this is Destiny Take 2. About 10 days ago, I put up a Destiny tutorial to show you some of its features, so that's probably the next one down in this YouTube channel. But there are a few things that I've learned since then, and I've worked with a few classes and we've noticed a few things, so I want to make sure that we've got our bases covered. So there may be some redundancy, but for the most part, this is pretty much the deal. So we're going to start at the home page of nchslmc.org, and we're going to click on Destiny, our new icon for our online catalog. And yes, it looks a little bit like the one for the database page, and we're working on that. If you want to give us an icon, we're taking artwork and we'll evaluate it and maybe we'll change it. So here we are in Destiny, and the first thing we do is log in. And we can now look for a book. So we started looking for czars. And we have 9 resources on our list, and this is great. We can do a number of things once we get to this page. For one thing, we can sort it by call number or title or author or date or type or status or relevance. And we can also browse subjects that are relevant to that. So whatever's close to czar in the actual online catalog, we can do that. And if we happen to see a book that appeals to us, we can actually click on the book. So let's say we want that book. Now you have some options. The first thing that comes up is you can actually add it to a list. Now, I strongly advise that you create lists for your class projects for a couple of reasons. One is for you, because you're going to be able to create a bibliography out of it. 2 is if you're working in a group, you can email that list to your classmate, and then that way they have, let's say, all right, this happens all the time. Figure this out, right? You come to the library, there are only 16 computers available for you in your class. So 16 of you sit down at a computer, but that leaves probably another 9 or 10 of you who are kind of wandering around looking at books. So since you're divvying up the work, the people who are looking at the books, when they get a shot at a computer, should go into a computer, develop a list, send it off to their group members, and then everybody can compile a bibliography out of that. I'll show you how that works. So let's say you add it to the list. The first list you're going to have when you log on is just my list, and that's just fine. So you're putting it in there, and you want to look at the list. And here are all the books that we have in that list. Now, once you get here, you can choose Bibliography and scroll down again. And then you're going to change that to Author Title and click Go. And it generates a bibliography. Now, there are 2 problems with this bibliography, and we're about to upgrade some point in the middle of next week when I'll probably have to make a whole other tutorial. But one of the problems is this should be italicized and not underlined, and the word print should be right here with a period. And also none of this should be in there. So basically these should align all the way over, and you would not have the notes field in your bibliography. So it definitely needs tweaking. All right, so let's go back to your list for a minute. So that's creating a bibliography out of a list. Another thing you can do is you can save it as a text, you can email this list, and you can add to this list. So 3 nice features. If you want to see what's going on with all of your lists, they're over here. All right, so imaginary student's been busy with this list stuff. So you can add a list, and we can call it absolutism because that's what I worked on today. And you can make it public or not make it public. And save that. And now we have this other list. Absolutism, there it is. A great resource for you when compiling lists is to look at the public lists. These are lists that either other people have made public because they feel so strongly about them, or your librarians have made. So if you look, for example, at absolutism, here's a list of resources that are appropriate that we have actually evaluated looking at the table of contents and the index, and we have put into the absolutism collection. So this is an excellent resource list for you. And you can choose an item and you can say, oh yes, there's Louis XIV, and we'll put him in the absolutism list, and then you can recommend this to one of your classmates. Let's say your classmate is NCHS Library. Oops. And click Go, and you have recommended it to them, and you leave a note saying, awesome for Sun King stuff. And you've recommended it. And that's that. There you go. So that's very good. Also, you could review this book. So you can add a review and you can rate it. Great for absolutism project. There you go. I misspelled for, but you get the idea. All right. There's one more thing I would like you to see in the public resource lists. So let's go back to resource lists. Let's go to the public list. If you are looking on the big history read, here is the list. So far we have 441 or 411 books in the collection, and you can show all, and you can sort it by author, which may be more practical if you're looking for the books, and you can print it, which I wouldn't recommend, but you might choose a few. So that's something to think about. You might want to just search big history read. And it's going to pull up the books that mention literally women in the title or in the notes field or in somewhere or in the subjects, and that also have the big history read. Pretty cool. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll probably post another Destiny tutorial next week when we upgrade to 9.8. Talk to you soon. Bye.